Hello, this is Astrid Bin. Most of you already know me. I'm going into the last semester of my MA in Art and Public. I can't be here today due to work commitments, so I've sent this video to tell you about where my research has developed and where I'm headed. Let's start at the end. Here's what I'm working on now. My master's project is going to be a narrative story. It's kind of a present-day science fiction story. It's going to be an audio experience, and the story will be delivered and controlled by a smartphone app, which I'm also writing. The audio story and smartphone delivery is because it's a story that the viewer listens to and experiences in the terrain of the city. The story guides the listener through the urban environment, making use of places and non-places. I'm employing techniques of gamification to make this experience more engaging and fun. Conceptually, this is meant to be an investigation of the role of emerging technology in public space and the resonant space between the real and the imaginary. Now let me back up and tell you how all this happened. I entered this master's program wanting to study the role of fun in public art. I soon found myself at a dead end because I couldn't find any published research. There's plenty of stuff on play, but not on fun. I had widened my focus to the sociology of leisure, and then I hit upon the subject of travel. I ended up doing a lot of research on contemporary leisure travel, why we do it, how we do it, and where we do it. I really love this subject. It's full of weird, unexplainable customs, crazy conceptual worlds, bizarre geography, and deep metaphors. I became interested in three aspects of travel: the simple act of moving, the role of places and non-places in travel, and the behaviors we engage in while in transit. I also fell in love with a few theorists like Marc Augé, Charles Baudelaire, Victor Turner, and John Urry. At the end of the year, I felt like I had this amazing heap of research and these really compelling concepts, but struggled to find a way to connect it all together. I had all of these works planned, but hesitated to commit in one direction because I couldn't find the missing piece. At the end of the semester, I found a big chunk of that missing piece when I, completely by accident, came across some writing by Gilles Deleuze. I was particularly taken by Deleuze's theory of difference between binary oppositions. He proposed that the difference between binary pairs lies not in the elements themselves, but in the difference between them. This was an idea I've been trying to put my finger on for years. I have always found that my work exists in this in-between state, never one thing or the other, and I'm always working in that resonant middle ground. Travel does this a lot too. There's all these binary pairs involved, like place, non-place, here, there, foreign, native, and a lot of travel is an attempt to be two things at once. Further, I've spent a lot of the last year questioning what public art actually means, and where this public space that I'm supposedly making art in exists, and how technology is intersecting with it. Smartphones in our online lives are building a very real augmented reality, and this certainly has implications for public space. My question is, what role does technology play in our negotiation of public space, and how can we use it for art delivery? And then there was this summer. I spent this summer in Berlin. I made a whole bunch of work, and I took a lot of courses. One course was in something called gamification. Gamification is a brand new term emerging only near the end of 2010, and this field of study examines how game elements, things that make a game, like points, leaderboards, meaningful choices, rewards, quests, badges, that sort of thing, as well as the psychology of motivation, how these things can be applied to systems to enhance user engagement and, get this, enhance and control and manipulate fun. So this summer, this is what I had. I was really interested in the way people explore places, the places and non-places of travel, and the behaviors involved. I found out that my work operates in the resonant space between binary opposites. I became interested in new methods of delivering public art and using technology to do this. And finally, I'm interested in how we can deliver experiences to audiences by using game elements to increase fun and engagement. Here's the plan. Firstly, I will deliver a private, immersive audio narrative experience to the viewer. Second, this experience is delivered and controlled through a smartphone interface. Third, this interface will be designed with gamification concepts in mind. And lastly, the story will be experienced by the viewer in the real terrain of the city, incorporating movement and non-spaces while overlaying the story reality onto actual reality so the viewer moves in the resonant space in between. And that's the whistle-stop, ultra-fast explanation of where I'm up to. I hope I get to catch up with you all next week. Thanks for listening.